This is a donor Game Boy. Now, what does it mean? That means that I've used the insides of this Game Boy for a little project that I worked on. Now, what that project includes, I will show you right now. We start the day outside, nice and sunny. Gonna paint some buttons. I do this with spray paint. Now, this is the first time I've ever used spray paint like this, so I ended up using way too much. But I ended up fixing it later. I chose pastel blue and pastel pink, because those are my favorite colors. Give them a nice coating. Once I'm done painting, it's time to let them dry. Don't worry, Muffin, I won't paint you. Then it's time to add some varnish to make sure the paint stays there. Hopefully this will keep the paint nice and in place. Maybe I should have done the painting on the old table as well. Now it's time for me to get the donor Game Boy. And also pick out a nice game to test it with. As you can see, the shell of the donor Game Boy isn't really in that good state. But that's fine, because I'm not gonna need it. Firstly, I remove the tape that's keeping the battery cover on. Take out the batteries that have been in there for a few years. I check if there's any corrosion. There doesn't seem to be any, but the spring seems to be a bit bent, but I'm sure I can fix that. Let's pop in the game. And great, it still works, and the button seems to work as well. Now it's time to take the parts out that I actually need. The motherboard seems to be in good condition. I was scared it wouldn't be, but it looks really nice, just needs a little clean. I'm sorry for my finger there, it's a bit hard to do this with one hand. Take out the ribbon cable, and I can lift up the motherboard really easily. Luckily, the other side is also really nice, just needs a good clean. Meanwhile, the buttons have been dried and are ready to be used. Now back inside, let's look at our motherboard. With a Q-tip and some isopropyl alcohol, you can clean up your electronics real nice and try to make sure that the button contacts are really nice and clean, and also give some other places some love. Then I take a toothbrush, dip it in my isopropyl, and have a go at the connector pins. This will get the isopropyl nicely rubbed in there and will make sure that my games play. And now the first really hard part, snipping off these little bits. I ended up doing most of these off camera because it's really hard to do this while trying to film it. My cutters weren't really sharp enough to cut off this big part, so I ended up using a small nail file. Once I've got some new cutters, I'll go back and fix this. Now to clean those contacts off with some isopropyl and give the other parts of the board some love as well. Following it up by dripping some isopropyl into the on-off switch and the volume switch. And have a go at them, just to make sure that it's nice and clean on the inside. Time to put some Kapton tape on the parts I just cut, just to make sure I don't damage the screen. Now for the outside, this is a clear case. Got this one from Blue Squirrel. It comes with everything I need. The screen lens is not glued in place, which I really like because I'm gonna be replacing it. There was an option to have it pre-cut for IPS screens, which I chose because I'm gonna be fitting an IPS screen soon. Then I take out the new widescreen lens I also got from Bluish Squirrel. As well as the back sticker, which also came from Bluish Squirrel. Take off the paper from the back. And fit it nicely in place. Then I look at the back and I apply the sticker. Placing a new sticker, I noticed that they personalized it to say modded in BE, which is a really nice attention to detail since I live in Belgium. Neat little thing there, Bluish Squirrel. I didn't really know where to put the little sticker with the numbers, so I put it over there. Doesn't really fit, but it still looks nice in my opinion. And just like that, the outer shell is ready. Now for the whole reason I'm doing this mod anyway, installing a brand new IPS display. I got this one from Retro Modding, which comes with some nice 3D printed brackets. Loving the holographic sticker on the back. As well as the one on the ribbon cable from Funny Playing. Funny Playing are the ones who made the screen. I fit in the bracket. Put some Captain tape on the back of the screen. Keeping the retro modding sticker there because I like it. And use my knife to cut off the excess. Then I remove the screen protector and put it in place. I put the ribbon cable on the back. Make sure it stays in place with some Captain tape. Then I click the connector from the screen into the ribbon cable. As Jerry Rick Everything would say, like a little Lego. I put more Captain tape on the top to make sure it doesn't get bent. Then I put the touch sensor in place and finish it off by placing the 3D printed bracket provided by Retromodding. Then I get my buttons out and put them in place. A little check if the enough switch lights. Then to put in some brand new rubber membranes. The one from the D-pad ended up being stuck behind the screen, so I cut it a little bit. I'm not sure if this fixes anything, but it doesn't make it worse either, so it's fine. Then it's time to put the motherboard back in its place. Connect the ribbon cable from our brand new IPS screen. And there we go, everything nice and in its place. Time to reassemble everything. As you can see, I already fixed the spring. Put the back of the case on and screw it in place. Then we pop some batteries in, rechargeable ones. And give it a go. There we go. It works as it should. And there we go, that is the Game Boy, fully finished. The on-off switch is a bit sticky, but that's probably because I put too much paint on it. Even an old Game Boy game like Tetris looks nice and vibrant on the screen. My buttons seem to work fine, which is awesome. But now it's time for a nice comparison. This is an unmodded Game Boy Color. As you can see, Kirby Tilt and Tumble doesn't really look that nice on the screen. Can barely see anything. I switched the batteries from the old Game Boy into the modded one. Switched the game cartridge. And turn it on. The screen is so nice and bright, my camera doesn't know what's happening. Now it's time to finally play some Kirby Tilt and Tumble. This is a very interesting game, but on a regular Game Boy Color it can be a bit hard because of the viewing angles. This screen fixes that really nicely, because it has really awesome viewing angles. that's it for my first Game Boy mod. Is it perfect? No, but do I love it? Absolutely. Spray painting the buttons wasn't the best idea, but I'm gonna be looking for a replacement soon, or at least learn how to spray paint properly. Go away, little speck of paint. There you go. The screen is really nice and vibrant. I love looking at it and I love playing games on it. Seem to be fully centered, but it's something I can fix later. I absolutely love the screen lens from Bluish Squirrel. The holographic Game Boy Color logo is really wonderful and seems to fit this Game Boy quite well. The sticker is also really awesome, also holographic. And I still love this little attention to detail with the modded NBE. That was a video about my first Game Boy mod. Have I learned some things? Absolutely. Will I do it again? Absolutely. This was a really fun project to do, and if you're into retro gaming like me, and this seems like something you want to do, I'd say give it a try. It's not really that hard, you just need some patience. And with that, I thank you for watching this video of me building my Game Boy. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a wonderful day.